All right, here we go. Let me start off by telling you a little bit who I am. I'm jumping in a match. Hopefully we get some players in here. But, excuse me. My name is Chris. Used to be CEM Seymour 313 on YouTube. Now it's CMO 313 just to match it up with my gamer tag here on PlayStation. And I live pretty close to Detroit, about 2 miles away, hence the 313. Drive a couple miles and we're right in the city limits of good old Detroit, Michigan. Just wanted to talk about some things that were going on with Mr. Joe. What happened with us. I know I might sound like a weirdo by saying us, but excuse me. I found Joe when I was flipping through YouTube, you know, going down the rabbit hole. I think I found him like a lot of people did, just seeing his his WWE stream. I couldn't even tell you exactly which review it was or whatever, but I was immediately, you know, pretty blown away. I was like, damn, this guy's pretty good. He's hilarious. He's got, you know, some people on his shows that are funny too, and they know their stuff. Jesus, that was terrible defense. So anyway, you know, started watching this stuff, got hooked on Monetize This and Corrupted, Out of Nowhere, all that good stuff. Became a patron of his. Was a patron for almost, I believe, 2 years, if I remember correctly. You know, and he would always talk about, oh Lord, this dude's lagging out. There he goes. You know, he was talking about how he's got the family and he needs money to take care of his family and blah blah blah. This is his only source of income and all that good stuff, which is understandable. So, you know, I would send in some donations when I could and help him out. When I joined, you know, when I subscribed and all that, he had a whole bunch of people with him, of course. And over the years, people have come, people have gone. Boy, oh boy, have people gone. For whatever reason. But oh, let's go. Anyway, I think I finally figured out why, you know, why those people are gone now. Not that, that should have been a blot. Not that JD is this great person, you know, JD from New York, or anything like that, or, you know. But he had a good thing when he had JD helping him out, I think. And for whatever reason, they got into it. He was gone, you know, now he's gone, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It happens. Then, of course, there was JB from JB Sports Radio. He's back now, but he took off for a while. Anyway, there's a laundry list of people that have left and, you know, took off for one reason or another. But oh Lord. Put it up. Good shot. What? Anyways, back to... I'm sorry, I'm trying to play this game and do this, but I gotta play this and, you know, talk at the same time, or else I'd be just completely too bored. So anyways, things were good, man. He had a bunch of people, good people on the shows with him, man, and there came a time where Joe was getting mad donations. This was like early 2018, maybe the end of 2017, I don't know. Anyways, it was really booming. Now mind you, I've been watching for maybe a little over 4 years, I'd say. Maybe closer to 5, something like that. So everything was good, you know. He had a great show, in my opinion. And definitely the donations and all that. It was very indicative that it was doing well, you know. Somewhere along the way, there was this guy named Brian Himmelfire. And he was the source of a very large percentage of the donations. I don't know what happened, you know. I know he got into it with Tommy a couple times and some things were said, but I don't really think that's what made Brian leave. Nonetheless, he was gone, you know, and immediately you could see, you know, that really hurt. It was a big source of everything, you know, for Joe. It was a big enough source to where, I mean, let's be honest, that was a major reason for him being able to get a house, which, you know, a lot of people had shit on him for, you know, because he was living with his mom. There ain't nothing wrong with living with your mom, but, you know, people make it like that just because, you know, just because they can, I guess, and they know it's an easy way to get to somebody, but, you know, it's childish, but whatever. But this is like, it's a cycle, man. I mean, it's gotten to the point where people like, oh, block that shit, let's go. Got to the point where people like his supposed close friends, man, his buddy Bobby, you know, he used to do the gaming streams with him, and I'd be in there in Twitch, and Bobby was hilarious, you know. Something happened there. Bobby took off. We haven't seen or heard from him again since then, you know. Another so-called close friend named Troy was on a lot of the shows, and I always thought Troy was a smart guy, and he always brought a lot to the shows. And of course, with all these people that come and go, there are going to be people who like him and people who don't. That's just the way life is, you know. But again, another close so-called friend, and someone that I believe lives in the same state as him and pretty close, you know, considering Troy gone, just absolutely gone. Now that leads us to my boy Tommy NC, which is the reason something happened tonight that absolutely I just couldn't believe. I really could not believe. And we got a game here, ladies and gentlemen. 15-14. Let's go. We got the lead. We got to win by 2 in this game, though. So need a stop on defense. Tommy NC. Autism. I believe he has autism, right? Everybody. That's what everybody says, and that's what he admitted to. Okay. We just won. Tommy NC. He's hilarious. That's simply put, he's hilarious. He's sensitive, but again, that I'm sure has something to do with the autism, and he was a good sport for the most part, you know, until it would get a little too personal, or people would be bagging on his lady friend, and you know, Tommy would get really hurt by it. But leading up to tonight, and that's what I want to get to, I was watching some videos made by this guy named TSS, who is a fan of the show for a long time, and he puts together these compilation videos / parody videos, and you know, all this, the best of, and just funny stuff that happens on the Joe Cronin Show, amongst other things. But you know, he does a lot when it comes to the Joe Cronin Show. So I was watching some old videos tonight. Best of, what was it? Best of the Joe Cronin Show 2018, I believe it was called. And a lot of it had to do with Tommy. And I was cracking up. I was getting the good feelings, the good vibes of, you know, really the peak of the show, in my opinion. Just bawling, laughing, man. This dude's great. He's hilarious. He really is. And even when he's not trying to be, you know, it's just that natural. You know, I gotta admit, a lot of it is cringe, sure. But it's cringe in a good way. You know what I mean? So, I saw that Joe was live. And I kind of forgot. I was like, wow, you know. And then it just came to me, oh yeah, duh, he's doing a gaming stream Sunday night. So I hopped in there, and you know, there was a good 100 and something people in there, I believe. A few more on Twitch, which is kind of a normal, like, Sunday night deal. And I made a comment in the chat there. And sorry if I'm all over the place. I'm not reading off any paper or notes or anything like that. I'm just shooting from the hip, man, while playing the video game. So bear with me. I'm sure you'll hear a lot of uhs and you knows and blah blah blah. But so I made a comment saying, damn, man, we need Tommy back. You know, I made the comment that I was watching the old videos, and I miss Tommy. You know, flat out, just miss the dude. He's hilarious. He brings so much to the damn show. It's unbelievable, in my opinion. And again, not everybody likes Tommy. Some people, I honestly believe, actually hate Tommy, hate his guts. I never really understood it, but that's the way it is. You know, people are flat out mean, cruel, man. You're out of bounds. So I made a comment, miss Tommy, whatever. I didn't say anything about, you know, the show sucks now, bring back Tommy, you know. Nothing like that at all. Or the show would be much better with Tommy, and nothing like that, man. just flat out, you know, I just miss the dude being on the shows. And I mean, 10 seconds later, as soon as Joe, you know, was playing the video game, as soon as Joe saw that comment, he flipped out. He got, for lack of a better word, triggered. And called me an idiot and said that people need to make up their minds. You know, you want Tommy, you don't want Tommy. I've always said I want Tommy to be on the shows. I've never once said that I don't want him on the shows. So it kind of took me, you know, by surprise. I was like, wow, huh? Is he really going off on me, calling me an idiot? And, you know, he called me out by name, said, you idiot, blah, blah, blah. If you want Tommy, you can go watch his channel or something. I don't know. And, oh, that was terrible defense by me. But, you know, he said a couple other things, and idiot, this, dumbass, that, whatever he said. And I just thought to myself, wow, you know, for a guy who is constantly talking about SJWs and people getting triggered and people being sensitive, he sure does snap quite easily if he sees something that he doesn't like, which I still at this moment cannot understand what, you know, what he didn't like and what he got so mad about. It was simply saying that I wish Tommy was on the show. So anyway, I got to thinking. I was like, you know what? I've watched his shows for so long, liked his videos, you know, spent hours watching his content. Even when I couldn't donate, I would still, you know, I would still watch the shows. And damn, that was an awful pass. My fault. I'd still watch the shows, and I'd be there for every single damn show, you know, and give a thumbs up to every show. Have his back. Anytime I'd hear someone or see someone comment something bad about him, you know, he could really do no wrong, right? Because I'm a very loyal person, man. That's how I've always been. And if I got somebody's back, I'm gonna have their back till they give me a reason not to. Simple as that. So many people I'd always see say Joe's a loser and his wife's lazy and she doesn't do anything, call his wife ugly, shit that's just way below the belt, you know, stuff that just should not be said ever to another man, you know. They'd even take it as far as his damn kids, you know. What kind of low life goes after somebody's kids? But people would, man. They would go after everything, you know, trying to get him upset. And for the most part, he's pretty good when it comes to blowing that stuff off, you know. He doesn't really let it get to him. So to see a comment like, you know, I miss Tommy, you know, to see a comment like that get to him so much, it's mind-blowing. You know, people would always say that he's a beggar for donations. People will report his videos and try to get him strikes. Just crazy stuff. A lot of people do. There are a lot of people that like Joe Cronin, and there are a lot of people who cannot stand him. And they'll take it, you know, way too far, in my opinion. but they are out there. So yeah, that's what happened tonight, and it shocked me, it pissed me off, and to be honest with you, it obviously bothered me, you know? I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a wuss or anything, and definitely I'm not a sensitive person, but I feel betrayed when someone that what a tip dunk, did y'all see that? You know, someone that I supported and had their back to the end would just snap on me like it was nothing over something so silly. Can't believe we made that. That's crap. Oh Lord, here we go. So, my bad, I'm trying to pay attention to this game. And I'm not doing a good enough job because we're losing. So yeah, I was like, what the hell, man? Are you kidding me? You're gonna do this? Oh my Lord. How the hell did he just dunk on our whole team? So yeah, I'm like, man, are you kidding me? Are you serious? You're really gonna do this? Look at that lag. This is crap, man. What a terrible first game. So now, you know, I want to excuse me. I want to talk about, again, all the good stuff, and then talk about where we are now. Well, where they are now, because I'm not a part of it. Not anymore. I was a Patreon member of his Patreon up until about, I believe, 6 months ago. And the reason I'm not now was simply because, you know, I didn't have the credit card anymore. You know, just to be completely honest. So, you know, I would buy prepaid cards and send them a few dollars here and there, and send them some bits on Twitch. Hell, I'm a mod in his Twitch right now. Actually, now that I remember, got to take that off of there. So anyway, the shows were great back in the day. Even though I didn't really care for JB, never really cared for Ken. I just always thought Ken, how can I put it? There was just something about Ken's humor on his shows that I just didn't like. And he always seemed like he could be a sneaky person, you know. I just questioned a lot of stuff about him. And now, come to find out, the guy is not doing corrupt, well, I shouldn't say corrupt because I don't know if he's doing corrupted or not, but I know he's not doing monetize this anymore, which is Joe's staple. That's Joe's biggest show. That's where he gets the most donations. That's his bread and butter, you know. And back in the day, Ken was a big contributor to that show. Earned a lot of money for that show. But now Ken is gone, and now Ken, I guess, from what I understand, said that monetize this doesn't pay him as much as his job does, so he's not doing it now. Whatever that is. Which, to be honest with you, I think it sounds like complete bullshit, because the dude was like falling asleep on the shows and seemed like he was just not interested well before any of that happened, you know, any of what's going on now. Which, again, I don't really know what's going on, so I don't want to say for sure. But I do know it is a money situation. The money is the reason why he's not on the show now. You know, Joe said that himself. Which, to me, is kind of unbelievable, because the dude, in my eyes, the dude got where he is right now because of Joe. A lot of it had to do because of Joe. A lot of Joe's donators. Come on, man, I'm wide open. You see this crap? Look at these ball hogs. You know, he got a lot of Joe's patrons. He got a lot of views from a lot of Joe's fans. Let's just be real. And for him to not do a show with Joe, for Joe, is baffling to me, man, because it's just like a respect thing to me, you know. It's not that Ken owes him anything or anything like that, but I'm just thinking of what I would do if I got a lot of viewers from someone, you know, because of someone. I know I would help my friend. I'd help him out. I'd do shows with him just to help him out because of how much he helped me out. And I guess me being, call me a dumbass, that's what I expected to happen, you know. I just figured Ken would be like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna do this because I know Joe helped me get where I am right now on YouTube. But, you know, that's not the case. He's gone. You know, gone for now at least. Who knows what'll happen. Like I said, people come and people go on that show all the time. The Tommy situation, again, I don't know what happened there. Maybe he got mad at the people that were, you know, really ragging on him through donations, or maybe the co-hosts ragging on him. Whatever it was, he's gone. And we have JB. JB is partially on the shows, you know, he'll come on for a little bit here and there. But of course, let's not forget what happened with him, with the whole sail away situation, where he sailed away for a little bit. Whatever happened there, I have no idea. But, you know, it's just another person that is taken off. You know, even though it was short-lived, he was gone for a little while. I mean, months. I wouldn't say really a little while, but long enough, you know. And of course he did his JB Sports Radio thing, which, I mean, I've been watching sports my entire life, man, and to listen to that guy talk about sports is just, no offense, man, but that ain't it, man. That ain't it, Chief. It's not your shtick, for sure, but, you know, hey, do whatever makes you happy, bro. Myself, I can't listen to it. But anyway, he's back and he comes on the shows once in a while. He does his thing. It is what it is. There's a guy named Dave Rose. Oh Lord, all these computers, man, all these turnovers because of the computers. I can't even get a block right there. There's a guy named Dave Rose that's here on the Joe Cronin Show now. Another guy who took off, and actually when he took off, he was doing shows with people like Scott McKinnon, Young Republican, people who, Mars Mira, people whose sole purpose in life is to take Joe down and to just talk about Joe 24/7. If you go on their channels, that is all you see from Scott McKinnon and YR. Joe Cronin this, Joe Cronin that, foul-mouthed Ken. That's all they talk about, man. Stupid computer. So anyway, when Dave Rose took off, he jumped on with them. He jumped on with them people. He was a mod in their chat, you know. He was a big part of it. And he's still, to this day, doing shows with those same people who are trying to bring Joe down. But Dave Rose came back. He is back. And Joe just acts like nothing ever happened, you know. Now, in my opinion, the way it feels to me is that Dave Rose is here because a lot of people ain't. You know what I mean? And you gotta have bodies, right? You gotta have co-hosts on there. You can't just do a show on your own, can you? I mean, to be honest, he could. But, you know, Dave Rose. Dave Rose. I've never liked him. Not from day one. I've always thought he was a snake. Just like I always thought Kim was a snake, and JB, honestly, I believe is a snake. And he's there simply because he knows without Joe's listeners, he's not going to be anything either, man, because his sports podcast is a joke. It's a complete joke. And frankly, the guy is flat out better when he's on the Joe Cronin Show. He fits that show better. And he fits that kind of show, that kind of comedy, or whatever you want to call it, better. And he vibes with Joe, and they work great. I'll give it to him. You know, even though it's not my cup of tea, they do work great. And people really seem to like JB, and people really seem to like Ken, you know, no matter what. So good for them. And good for Joe. Oh, wow. Nice. But yeah, back to Dave Rose. I mean, this guy, he is, I don't really know how to explain it, to be honest with you. I mean, other than a clout chaser and a snake, I really don't know how to describe the guy, man. He's something else. But it's Joe's show. He can do whatever the hell he wants. He can have whoever he wants on, you know. That was the longest game in history. I can't believe that took that long. But we won. Yeah, man, it's to be honest with you, it is down to the bare necessities when it comes to the Joe Cronin Show. I mean, you got Joe, you got Dave Rose, you got Drew. Always like Drew. Drew's cool. You know, a lot of people think that he's you know, a D rider. I mean, they call him D rider Drew, but I mean, I like dudes like that. Again, I am a guy like that. I am a loyal person, and Drew really seems like he's the same thing, you know. So Drew's cool in my book. He always has been. Last week, my dude Heist Man made an appearance on Monetize This. Awesome. Always have loved Heist Man. He's in it to have fun. He's in it for the drama. That's my dude, man. I always got along with that dude the first time I talked to him. You know, I watch his videos and I enjoy his videos. I enjoy his music. He's just a fun guy, man, for sure. Leah, even though it, you know, unless she's really interested in something and you're talking about something that interests her, you would not even know Leah is there. She does not, it seems like she does not give two shits. And it seems like a lot of times she hates that this is what Joe does for a living. Flat out. You know, and I can understand that. I can understand, but, you know, all the negative, there's a lot of negatives to it, for sure. You know, but, you know, when you got your wife living in the same house with you, and this is just my opinion, it's not bashing anyone, certainly not gonna bash somebody's fucking wife, man. That's not what I do. That ain't me. But you would think that your wife, who a lot of people like, a lot of people love when Leah is on the show, you would think she would do more to help out, knowing that is the sole source, the main source of income for not only her but the kids and just everything. But man, a lot of times she is nowhere to be found. A lot of times Joe is begging her to be on these shows and she just will not do it. She'll be off playing video games by herself or whatever it is she's doing, you know. Not my business, but in my opinion, especially if it was my wife, I would want her to help out. You know what I mean? Help me help you. You know, whatever I make, it's going for all of us, you know, so help. And people do donate for Leah. People do watch for Leah. But, yeah, man, she just won't do it. As far as the other people on the shows, I just can't even think of anyone right now. It's a far cry from what it used to be. It used to be great. It used to be a riot from beginning to end. Of course, we have Jake and Connor that help out on the wrestling shows with Out of Nowhere and the WWE reviews, and those guys kill it. I've always loved Jake. Jake is loyal to a fault, man. Even though sometimes he makes up some shit, I think, to get out of playing video games, but you know, it's late, and I just wish he would say, nah, dude, I don't want to play video games, you know. But he's a super nice guy, and I think that's his way of just being the nice guy, you know. Connor's smart. He's quick-witted. He knows his shit. I've always enjoyed listening to him. Always. No doubt about it. So they're still doing well, and you know, those shows are what they are. WWE definitely isn't helping the matters right now, the way the product is, but thankfully with AEW and all that, the shows can still be decent, you know. insert a little humor, you get the donations rolling in, and everything's cool, you know. So no big deal. But again, it's his bread and butter, you know. Monetize this. That's the one that's really suffering right now. It's really suffering, in my opinion. I mean, I think I'd have a lot of people agree with me, but of course there are going to be a lot of people who just think it's great all the time, no matter what. You know? And that's fine too. But, I just really think too many people are gone right now. Oh, how'd you miss that lob? Too many people are gone, man. Ken's not there. Troy's not there. JB is kinda there sometimes. And of course, the reason I made this video, man, Tommy. He just is not there. And it really has taken a hit, in my opinion. So for me saying what I said tonight about what I just said right now, but in an extremely nice way, in my opinion, you know, I said, dude, I really wish Tommy was on the shows. Seriously, that's just how I feel. And I got called an idiot and a dumbass and this and that, all for making that simple comment. You know, but let's not forget all those times that I stood up for him. When I saw all those videos being made, when I saw the Lucky Low videos being made on him, and everybody getting on there and just dogging him out, sneak dissing him to death, man, every single one of them. Those videos, the Drama Club videos, Scott McKinnon's personal videos, YR's videos, YR and Scott, oh my lord, I just got dumped on. Scott McKinnon and YR's videos together. You go in there and look at under them comments, man, you'll see who was there sticking up for him. You know, but yeah, you know, he'll throw somebody away just like that, man. If you got one thing to say that he does not like, it's a wrap. You are no longer on Joe's good. There's a lag. Stupid game, man. This game, it's enough to give you a headache. Between the game and all this stupid drama, man, I got a good one going on. Alright, let's go. Jesus. So yeah, man, it's just my opinion. You know, you don't have to agree with it, but you definitely don't have to get pissed off about it. I mean, it was just a simple statement saying we need Tommy back on the shows. Straight up. The guy is gold. He's funny. You know, and hopefully for Joe's sake, to be honest with you, man, and I don't want to see I don't want to see Joe do bad. Or JB, or Ken, or any of them, man. I don't want to see any of them do bad. But hopefully for Joe's sake, Tommy comes back. Hopefully for Joe's sake, he can pay Ken. Hopefully for Joe's sake, he can make up with Troy. Because in my opinion, man, he really needs those people back for his show to be what it was. That's just my opinion. I'm done with the show regardless. You know, when somebody can snap on me just like that, after I've been loyal and I've been good to them this whole time, man, giving them my hard-earned money, you know, and I'm not using that to hold up, you know, I'm not holding that against them, man. Everybody, I wouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people give them money, you know, and a lot of people ask to be on his shows, and they ask for these perks when they do give him money. I never did any of that. Never once. I never campaigned to be the monetize this champion or any of that bullshit. I just gave him money because I enjoyed what I was listening to for a long time until I didn't anymore, man. It's just not enjoyable for me anymore. You don't know what kind of mood Joe's gonna be in, if he's gonna be pissed off that the donations aren't rolling in like he thinks they should be, or you know, or if he's gonna be in a great silly mood where, you know, he goes off on WWE and it's great stuff, you know, just awesome content. You just never know what you're gonna get with him. And I've just had enough. You know, I don't want to. I've been married before, you know what I mean? I've spent enough time with people that are moody, and you know, I don't have to deal with that from another grown man, you know, when I'm a grown man myself. So I'm choosing, you know, it's my choice. I am walking away, man. But I wish him the best. I wish everybody the best. All the listeners, even the listeners that were jumping on with Joe saying, yeah, get him, tell him he's a dumbass and to get out of here. You know, even all you guys that I talked to in the chat, there were some good times. You know, and I wish you all the best. I hope it all goes well for you. But yeah, I gotta go. There's plenty of other stuff to listen to, you know. I guess I just won't get myself as involved. Let's say that, you know. Which a lot of the stuff I listen to, there's really no way to get really involved in the community. I hate that word. I'm sorry I said it. To get involved, you know, when you're listening to shows like the Joe Rogan podcast or Chris D'Elia's podcast, I love Jim Cornette, you know, I listen to all those people, man. It's all great stuff. And there's not really a way to get super involved with that, so I guess that's the best way to do it, you know, because if you get too involved, you know, stuff can happen, stuff can get said, and you know, people gotta go away, as Joe is all too familiar with. He's had everyone walk away from him. Everybody has walked away at some point, you know, and some people have been gone for good, and it seems like there will be some people who, you know, they'll be back. But as for myself, once I'm gone, I'm gone. That's it. You know, if you betray me, I'm out. That's all it takes, man. Especially after I've been, you know, a strong supporter, and I've had your back for nearly 5 years. You know, for you to turn around and just snap on me like it's nothing. After you're, you know, supposed to be this guy who hates the SJWs and you hate people who are sensitive, yeah, I gotta go. You know, it's too much for me. But, yeah. A lot of these people, in my position, you know, they won't be as nice as I am, you know. That's evident by what happened to your channel last week, man. You got a strike. Not your first. Most likely won't be your last because of all the things you say to people to get them pissed off. But a lot of people, you know, they're not going to be as nice as I am, man. They're going to report your videos. They're going to try to get you strikes. They're going to leave you nasty messages. They're going to thumbs down all your videos. You know? Unpatreon out of nowhere, you know. A lot of people are ruthless, man. I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna take it that far. It's all good. The biggest thing I'm gonna do is stop watching, and of course, now, you know, unsubscribe. You know, just because I don't care to see your shit pop up anymore. Jesus, this dude just... This little bald guy is just flying through and dunking on everybody. So yeah, man, I'm just, you know, I unsubscribe and I'm gonna stop watching. It is what it is. I'm not gonna report your shit and try to get you strikes or anything like that. Nah. Not gonna make these videos all the time, you know. This is one too many, to be honest with you. This is one too many. And Scott, if by some chance you're listening to this, I'm sure you're loving it. I'm sure you're getting a real kick out of it, man. But, what a difference a day can make. A day or two. I'm sure you're loving it. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and make videos every day about you and talk shit about you or get personal or anything like that. I definitely not doing this because I care about subscribers or views or any of that. Hell, it's only I believe the third video I posted. I think I posted a concert video, you know, when I went to the Greta Van Fleet concert here in Detroit a couple months ago, and a little test gaming stream earlier. I think it was like a 45-minute video. But I certainly ain't on here for any of that, man. I don't care about viewers, I don't care about subscribers or any of that shit. Obviously, I'm sitting here recording this on my PS4, you know what I mean? Not that I have to. I have mics, you know. I'm a DJ where I live. I DJ at a bar here in Michigan. So I got the mics, I got the mixer, I got all that good stuff. I definitely could have made a better, you know, better video for this, but it is what it is. It's kind of on the fly type deal. So we're just doing it right here on the PS4 while playing the video game. Just wanted to get some shit off my chest, you know. It's almost 5 years of shit that I've sat and, you know, I had your back, and every time somebody would say something about you being a beggar for donations, I'd always be like, nah, man, leave the guy alone. He's just trying to support his family, this and that. And every time someone would shit on you, I'd have your back, man. I'd always say, nah, man, he's a good guy. He really is. You know, when he says this homophobic stuff, he's just saying it jokingly. You know, when he's picking on the autistic guy, it's just for show. You know, when he's picking on the autistic guy's female friend, it's just for the show. It's all good. He doesn't really think like that, you know. But I mean, now that now that I look back on it, man, when you're so quick to say something that cuts so deep, maybe you are, man. Maybe you are like that. Maybe you do mean the shit you say. You know, all those people left for the same reason. And for the same reason I did, I guess. Because eventually, I just don't think you give a shit, man, besides yourself. You don't give a shit. You and your donations. Obviously, that's got to be what it is, man. Because I know that's why you were in a pissy mood tonight. That's why you were doing your gaming stream and you decided to snap. It's because you weren't getting your donations rolling in, man. And I understand you being frustrated by that, but for you to take it out on people that are in there watching you and supporting you, and damn, that dude just dunked on me again. What the? Jesus. You know, just comes a time where I guess, man, some people are right. And it really pains me to say that, man. Scott, I guess you're right. Hell has frozen over, brother. It makes me sick that I just even admitted that, bro. But I guess you were, Scott. And I guess you're right, JD. And we just lost. And I guess you're right, even though you didn't really say anything, Troy, but you're gone. I guess you're right, Bobby, even though you didn't really even say anything, but you're gone. I don't know, man. It just... I just hope you take... I'm sure you're going to look at this and think that it's no big deal, and it's one person, right? It's just one person out of many, right? I don't know, man. It's one person, but all these one persons, it's gonna add up. It's really gonna keep adding up. You lost your biggest supporter, Brian Himmelfarb, is one person, but he's gone. And whether or not he stays gone, whether or not all these other people that I talked about, whether or not they stay gone, who knows? And only time will tell. But dude, take this at least as a little small warning that one person at a time can really add up, and I don't want you to lose everything. I really don't. But if you keep treating people like shit the way you did tonight and the way you've done so many times before to all these other people that are now gone, what are you gonna have left? You're being a super hypocrite, a huge hypocrite, when you sit there and talk about censorship and SJW and people being sensitive, and you're the first person to snap on someone if they say something that you don't like or is not in complete support or agreement with you. You just can't do that this way, man. You better treat this like a business, because that's exactly what it is to you. I don't know how much I donated to you, man, but it was a good amount through the years, I'll tell you that. And there was gonna be more, I can assure you that, but not anymore. I'm not one of those people that's gonna sit around and get treated like shit, man. And I know there's a lot of other people, obviously, who feel the same way, you know, and they took off, man, and they're gonna keep taking off. You do such a good job with ignoring like all the super personal shit that people say to you, man. Stuff about you not having a home, your own home, which now you do. You have your own house, which is awesome. But all those people would always rag on you about living in your mom's house and begging for donations and being a bad father and bad husband. You'd ignore all that shit, but you won't ignore or take constructive criticism when somebody says, hey dude, we need such and such back on the show, man. The show's better that way, you know, which is a fact to me, and I don't really care if it's a fact to anyone else, but it's constructive criticism. And it wasn't saying, Joe, your show is just shit right now without so-and-so, without Tommy, without Troy, without whatever, without Ken. It was flat out constructive criticism, man. And for someone that always gets pissed at sensitive people and SJWs, boy, you jumped at that real quick. And here we are. So this is it for me. This is the only video I'm making, man. I just wanted to get some shit off my chest. And hell, probably nobody will even see it, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm sitting here playing a NBA Live, for crying out loud. You know? But I hope somehow you see it. I really do, man. And I hope you at least refrain from snapping on somebody that has had your back for literally years and has supported you literally for years. Even if it's someone that donates 99 cents, man, once a month. All that shit adds up, man, and from what I understand, you're gonna need every single penny and every single set of eyes and every single thumbs up and view and everything you can get. But if you keep pushing people away, man, I don't know. Look at that tip dump. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know, man. You just never know what can happen. That's all I'm saying. You know, and you've said it yourself many times that you know what'll happen if you no longer get the support you need. You're gonna have to get another job, right? You're gonna have to get a job. A real job. And I only say real because you know this job, even though it is work, and I give you props, I know you work hard, you probably don't look at this as like a real job, man. You look at it as you're blessed, you're lucky, you're thankful to be able to do this, to be able to sit here and talk about what you love, man. Get to sit there and talk about wrestling and make people laugh and get paid for it. That's awesome. You don't want to have to go out there and do something else. Work. I believe you worked at a shoe store or something before. You don't want to go back to that. Keep treating people like shit, man, and see what happens. You're gonna have to go back. You're gonna have to do something, right? Your kids won't feed themselves. Your wife certainly won't be able to sit on her ass and play video games while you're in there working, or out there working, or whatever the hell you're doing. I don't know, man. I just really hope you wake up, man. I hope this reaches you somehow. I hope at the very least you'll think before you snap on someone when they're trying to give you constructive criticism. know damn well your show is better. And you know damn well your show was better when you had Ken on there regularly, and JB and Tommy. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure if you said we don't need Tommy tonight on the stream. I know you said we don't need Tommy. I don't know what context it was in. Like, I don't know if you were saying it because somebody else typed it in the chat, you know, and you were just reading it out. Whatever it was, man. But I really seriously hope you did not say you do not need Tommy. Because you know that's flat out bullshit. That dude was gold. That dude made so much funny shit. Shit for you to use as a donation. All those clips, man. All that content that people, even myself, like I did tonight, go back and watch over and over, man. So you could not be telling me that you do not need him. I just will not believe that. You know, so while Tommy's away, I really hope you watch your words, man. I really hope you don't sit there and still bag on Tommy, and bag on, more importantly, obviously, Debbie, his female friend, that he obviously will stick up for no matter what. Keep begging on, you know, bagging on these people, and who knows, man? Maybe Tommy won't be back. Who knows? But, you know, I know you seem to like to do that. You seem to like to talk shit. Look at that lag. You like to talk a lot, man. Once people, you know, once they leave you, you know, and you get real personal, and you act like you don't need them, bro. But hey, you need them. Trust me, you need them. Just like when, I mean, man, it's like I'm repeating myself, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm playing a video game while I'm talking about all this shit, so I apologize, man. But you go all the way back, you know, to frickin' JD, man, when you guys were making those shows, and you guys were sharing each other's fans, and once he left, that's when you started talking shit, and you just buried any chance of him ever wanting to come back. And maybe that's what you wanted, right? Maybe that's what you wanted, man. Well, you got it. Once JB sailed away, you did the same thing, remember? Sailed away. Talk shit about JB, and when it boiled down to it, when you really needed him back, oh, you shut all that shit up, man. You were like, nah, man, I didn't really mean it. I was just joking. You know, you were just joking because you needed his ass back. Straight up. And you've done that to a lot of people, man, that have left. You know, Himmel gone, right? Himmel gone is funny. Brian Himmelfarb now is Himmel gone. And all those little jabs that you threw his way. Well, who knows, man? Maybe Himmelfarb is Himmel gone for good. You never know. Troy, you know, all those little jabs and all that little shit talk that goes on, man. You don't really have his back fully, man. Who knows, man? Maybe he's like, the hell with this. The hell with this, man. That's too much drama for me. I'm out. But I don't know. Only time will tell, man. Anyway, that's it for me. That's a wrap. I wish you all the best, man, and all of you people in the Joe Cronin universe. Good luck. And just, hey, take it from me. Watch what you say. Watch what you say, because if you don't, he will snap on you. And he will call you a dumbass. You know? So be careful. All right, man. I wish everyone the best. Adios.